Hello, welcome to the channel. It's your boy EO here. So not all countries are welcoming to foreigners when it comes to visa and policies, but today I'm going to tell you guys which countries are opening their doors to foreigners. You know, people, whether you're from the African diaspora or you're looking to move to Africa, this is the video for you. So during my process of looking at countries, because I want to move preferably to Africa, in order for me to actually move, I need to know what I'm putting myself into. You know, I need to do research on countries that are welcoming people, you know, people from African descent. I don't want to live in a country where they're not accepting their own people and you really don't have a say. Why would I want to go to a country like the UK in terms of freedom of speech? A place where really, if you're a black man, African from the African diaspora or you're Caribbean, you really don't have a say. Whereas if you go somewhere in Africa, you pretty much blend in. You know, you don't feel like you're alone. So I wanted to be aware. I wanted to do some research to see what countries I can see myself in the future. So I found many countries that are welcoming to Africans, but I'm only going to narrow it down to 3 countries in Africa. So as you already know, I'm going to pick Kenya. And of course, I'm a bit biased towards Kenya just because of the fact that I had an amazing experience when I went there. I felt this welcoming vibe and instantly I already knew that they were accepting foreigners, you know, Africans. We can see this, you know, Kenya is welcoming Africans around the world. For example, I saw a post on Facebook and they said that they were looking to take away options for visas or ETA visas for Africans.
It's official. Kenya is now visa-free for all Africans. So
that are looking to visit or stay in Kenya, which means that it's giving more freedom to Africans around the world. You know, people that are looking to build, invest, or start a business in Kenya, or even start a family. When I last went to Kenya, I could see this. I would see people from around the world in Nairobi, you know, bringing their families to Kenya. And we see this because Nairobi is very diverse. You've got different ethnicities, different races in Kenya. You're not only going to be seeing Africans. It also means if you're from an African country, whether you get the passport by descent or whether your parents are Africans and you get the passport, you can easily gain access to Kenya. So another country that I have on my list is Benin. So for those of you that don't know, Benin is basically a country. It's near Nigeria. That's all I really know. And that's all I can tell you right now. And it's a French speaking country. So surprisingly, most people don't know about this country. I mean, if I was to tell my friends from the UK, they probably won't know the country, you know, unless they're proper you know, they're Africans. So recently I read something called Powers of Africa about Benin. And shout out to them because they put me on some real game in terms of the information that I was exposed to, which consists of them launching a digital platform called My Afro Origins, which was essentially created to assess applications for people applying for citizenship in Benin through Ancestry. So it was basically a hub for assessing those types of applications. The country of Benin also made it easy for Africans by making the visa-free travel access easier by taking away restrictions and opening their doors. For example, since 2017, they've taken away the option for short-term visas for about 31 African countries. So if I'm coming from the African diaspora, I'm looking to relocate there, Benin would be a good option for me because what does it show you when a country is taking away the option for short-term visas? Okay, number 1, it tells me that they want people to stay there long-term, build the country, develop it, you know, add value to Benin. And this presents itself as a big opportunity in business, in investment. And I'm not saying this for financial advice. I'm saying this just based off my opinion. This is something that I would be interested in because this information is telling me, wow, you could really make an impact in Benin. So many ideas in the UK that has not yet been implemented in Benin. So another country on my list is called Rwanda. And surprisingly, it came up as one of the most welcoming countries in Africa for people looking to relocate to Africa or to visit Africa. So one of the reasons that made me think of Rwanda as a place for me, in terms of welcoming Africans, was the policy that they implemented in 2023 relating to visa travel for all Africans. So what does this mean? It basically means that anyone with an African passport can travel to Rwanda and not really pay visa fee. And yeah, as an African, you might look at it as a small benefit, but to me, it's not, because I'm looking at it from a Nigerian point of view, right? If I have a Nigerian passport, pretty much there's African countries that I have to pay a visa for. And the fact that Rwanda is opening their doors, that is appealing to me. On top of that, Rwanda is very low in crime, very clean. So this gives me a little insight into how great Rwanda is. So what country would I choose? To be honest with you, I don't really have a country because I look at it as so many more countries are welcoming Africans around the world. It's so hard to decide and pick one country. But if I was to choose, I would choose Kenya and I would choose Rwanda. Just because I have a certain bias towards East Africa. I love the women, I love the food, I love the people. So pretty much I love everything about East Africa. And that's not to say that I don't like countries in West Africa or South Africa. I'm not saying that because I've not really been there. So if you want to follow my journey to eventually find my home, Africa, and if you're in the same position, please subscribe, like the video, and comment down below what countries would you pick. And yeah, peace.